Over here the battle continues. The sparrows are winning so far. They're still getting inside because they're going through the concertina mesh behind those window grills. And I was over here first thing this morning to shut off the genset because the automatic shut off hadn't tripped. So the batteries inside were charged to 100% and this was still idling along. So I put a stop to that, but there were 3 sparrows in here. And that gap along the top there, one exited through that. The other 2 were still fluttering around in here panicking. And I've seen they've since left. So the guys have got a bit more to do yet. As you'll see, there's no gap along the bottom anymore, and they've closed off the gap to the right there, which had been there. But yeah, they will close off that gap up there as well. Well beaten yet. Oh, and here's my solution for the weather station. This is an Indo plug pack with an Australian outlet, so of course I had to have an adapter and they're not a tight thing, so lots of gaffer tape later and it's held in place. I didn't get it right the first time, so this thing actually stopped talking. And I figured out that the power had disconnected from it, so I applied more pink tape. But that's operational now, so it's only got the thickness of that concrete wall there between it and the weather station down the far end of the garden. And I did actually have to boost the signal strength on the access point, which is probably in the corner near where that pipe is in terms of height. It actually has 3 power settings, and it was on the indoor power setting, so now it's on the outdoor power setting, so it will punch through this wall. But yeah, so now it's working okay, and it tells us that yesterday we had about 35mm of rain, which is a worthwhile contribution. Well, it's Sunday. The apparently more competent AC guys came and had a look at this yesterday, and they've done some work on it. It's currently reading minus 14.5 inside, which, given it's set to minus 15, that seems fair enough. But last time it was repaired, it did a similar thing, and after a week it was up to 4.5 degrees inside. I'll be back to work on the AC system at the end of the kitchen over there, because they had to get freon for that one yet. I just saw a sparrow fly in through the door. Little bastard. And they're waiting on the defrost element for the Samsung. So yes, they will be back and they'll be able to check on this thing. I was over here doing my Sunday routine. I've topped up the fuel on the diesel genset because it used it quite a bit this week. And while I was doing that, I actually ran this thing to charge up its battery. As if it's left to sit, the battery goes flat and it won't start. So I hit it with a starter motor and okay, backed off. So I'd try again, click. So okay, pull start. Started on the first pull because it had been primed apparently, so that was okay. So that ran for a while and now that should be charged up. So now I've got to go and continue with my draining of the pressure accumulator and turn the pump back on out there and I'll be done. When Javida told the guys about the gaps in here, she must have missed telling them about the tying up the top there. So we still need to get that blocked off. But I think they must be down working on the rice factory now, which has a completely open gable end, so that needs blocking off to keep the birds out of there. I wondered during construction why they did it that way. Well, water level's well up in the creek, so those ripples in the water are not just wind ripples, they flow through this semi-dam. So I wonder how long before I'll see jumping fish again. Yeah, well, as the jackfruit on the right and the papayas on the left are growing, that path is going to get unnavigable, I think. And as I stand here waiting for the timer to turn this pump back on, I'm hearing the pounding of the pile driver. I think this road's going to be all situated on top of piles driven deep. And of course I forgot to turn off that valve before I turned the pump on. I woke up part way through, so those columns are probably half full of water now. Bugger, I'll have to come over and do another drain sometime. They must be running behind schedule on the toll road. This is the first time I can recall hearing pile driving after dark. It's about 6:45 p.m. More tool abuse. There used to be a screw-in piece here with a pin in it that used to lock this in place. That's been removed by some clown who didn't know what they were doing for no good reason. It really pisses me off when people stuff up my equipment. Things are starting to look a bit more suitable for rice planting. We've had one day this month so far without rain. It's what, the 16th or 17th today. That's pretty good. So yeah, rice planting soon. Well, at least this is promising. No sparrows inside. So maybe we've managed to eliminate little buggers. Sure hope so. It took enough. And probably cost me too much. And I'll put plastic here, hinged right at the edge there. I really don't think that's going to last. I would have screwed it on the back edge of the I-beam right at the back edge, so it had maximum distance to flex. Well, we'll see how long that lasts and how often it has to be replaced. But we don't need to open the door all the way there very often, so maybe it'll last. Still got the walkway for them underneath though. They can go either side of that wheel. I wouldn't have put a caster wheel there, I would have put a fixed wheel, because it only needs to travel back and forth, it doesn't need to turn. And that's what I had in my original diagram, but my diagrams are only taken as a suggestion. So a future task is going to be screening off that gable end of the shed and along the edges there and the windows and up there, keep the sparrows out. I've already got the concertina wire, or what we know as chain link, on the back of these windows. Well, on the back of that one at least, to keep the chooks from coming in through those windows. Of course, you're going to have to screen off the vents above the doors as well, above the windows, and some of our processed rice. What I'd like to really look at is amongst this stuff here to find out how many of my valuable bits have been put aside like in reclaim. There's a caulking gun, a bit of my leftover no more gaps. That might be my welder, that should go back to the shed. And the welding helmet. I'll do that sometime. What I'd really hope to find here, there's a power cable. What I'd really hope to find here is the spring-loaded pin for the thing I was just looking at before, but I doubt I'll be able to in here. That's probably been discarded. I think he might be a proud father helping look after his kids. certainly wary of me. Well, it's been a quiet day today, apart from ubiquitous motor scooters, the pounding of the piles at the toll road, and this camera stopped working. Now, it's not obvious why, but I'll start by replacing the PoE splitter. Well, that was too easy. I just reseated the cable over here at the PoE switch, and that was enough for it to go again. So, corrosion. Everything corrodes around here, including electrical contacts. Oh, I can shut this computer down and go home again. You'd almost think we'd won the war on the sparrows, apart from the fact that we have all this bird poo at the doorway here. So I suspect we now have to deal with stopping them coming under the door. Well, it's Friday, and as can be seen, it's been raining. We've had 90 millimetres since midnight, and it's just gone 9 AM. So, yeah, it's wet season. So I imagine the hand tractor will be out there smoothing things down before long. And I bet you the creek's flowing, but I'm not going to go down there, it'll be too wet. Being down that path between the trees. But some very happy people over there. Either planting rice or preparing for planting rice. But it's been a quiet week for me otherwise. Here we go, I can hear frogs now. But yeah, it's wet. I've had some thoughts about what to do at the bottom of this door. Either we can stick a bit more of that same plastic on down the bottom, or I can just cut a piece of the plastic pipe that's outside to the right length, just to drop into that gap there across the door. So when you open the door, you'd have to sort of kick that out of the way to roll things in and out. So I'll think further on that. But yeah, I think it's time to edit down the little I've got and do an upload. And it's very dull, so the charge on the shed system is pretty low, and that genset will start up as soon as the house system starts importing anything, which it's bound to do before long. So the genset will get a bit of a workout today. I figure a piece of that cuts the right leg. We'll sit there in front of that door and keep the sparrows out. And that's how the overflow on the tank works. Quite well. I can see we have good tyre pressure in this thing, because there's a fair weight of water in that tub.